go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 31, Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. A beautiful fake. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Third and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the third play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On third down, here's Eckler. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Herbert will give this one to Eckler, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Let's do this, man. This is where you step up. Who's gonna make a play, baby? Let's go, boys. It's showtime, baby.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. That'll give him 8 that time, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
They looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. It's opening drive, and they're now 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions.
And let's face it, anytime we talk to any coaching staff, heck, players, they always talk about winning 3rd down, how important that is, the deciding factor in winning a football game, and they're off to a really nice start.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Jimmy Garoppolo, a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. And the 49ers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
From the 29, Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Ray McLeod. This is taken around the 12. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
These two teams all tied after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, I think we've just become accustomed to thinking fade in the end zone, but here they're showing it doesn't have to be down near the goal line.
No, it can be effective on any part of the field, provided you give yourself enough space to do exactly what you just said. Fade towards the sideline and away from a defender, and if you get a well-thrown ball, you've got a successful play.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now here's a throw that's complete. That he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now Herbert. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Herbert now. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Herbert back to the air. On the screen, this is Eckler. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. That catch good for only a couple. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
From the 38, Garoppolo. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Touchdown 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk
with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
In the second quarter and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Carter. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors.
McLeod to return it.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Kittle.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
2nd down and 4.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their comp.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Back-to-back catches here for Carter.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll get this out wide to Eckler.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Again, Herbert. He'll get that one to Carter, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first down, it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Herbert. Throw left side, complete. That's Carter. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number one. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
From the 27, Garoppolo escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Austin Johnson gets the sack defensively.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. Now back to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A big third down play there for the Niners. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, McCaffrey. Oh, look at the juke. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
McCaffrey is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down, they'll have to throw it anyway.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Up the middle with Eckler.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. Shifts past him at the 45.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Herbert.
Well, that's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 44,
Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's Eckler again. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Y'all got time. Let's go. Come on with it, man. Let's go, fellas. For rhythm now. It's something different. It's game time. Yeah, go right now. Go. It's all that Bronco. Come on now. It's all that Bronco. It's one play at a time, baby. I do it with you every day. Oh, ain't that something? Get him going, baby. Get it going. Every week. Let's do our thing. Let's go, y'all. Hold it up, fit it up, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's get something going now. Let's go, baby.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Garoppolo on 1st down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
2nd and 5 now.
Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Herbert now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, You might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Herbert. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, both teams practice this situation. And this time, the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to them. 15 big yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, with him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Draw play, it's Eckler. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. 129 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Herbert on first down now. They'll find Everett there, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He gets this out to Spiller, and he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On the give, this is Eckler. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for first. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Drop it. Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Now Herbert following the turnover. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And a good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
To throw again on second down.
Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Herbert. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. Herbert.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Herbert going to throw. He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Herbert.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now, things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. One last throw here for Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carter. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.